Salutations everyone, and welcome to a long overdue quest for a main, where here I'm tackling Sheik. Sheik was the next character that I decided I might want to give chance at maining in this game. And actually Sheik, before Smash 4 even came out, was going to be my main target for, a main. So I was like, alright, I'm going to fool around with a bunch of characters and then I'll eventually get to Sheik, just because in Melee, my favorite characters to play were Sheik and Jigglypuff and Roy. And, I don't remember a whole lot from Brawl. I don't really think I used her all that much. It was mostly like Ike and I think probably Pokemon Trainer. I'm not too sure. It's a bit of a blur, that game. But Sheik as a character in Smash 4, of course, has gone through a lot. She's been nerfed more than any other character by far. I think she's probably the most difficult character to play on the roster. She's insanely light, is killed easily, and is very difficult to get kills with. You have Bouncing Fish, you have, Vanish, and, a sweet spotted tippered up smash. But outside of that, you're kinda out of luck until you get to like 180s and you start, fresh up tilt will get things done. Obviously up air was heavily nerfed, back air was nerfed, down throw was nerfed. I don't know why they nerfed both down throw and up air at the same time. Nerfing one would have done the job, but, whatever. But anyways, because of all the changes that Sheik was going through and the fact that she was considered, such a strong character is why I waited so long to start picking her up. But after really trying to get into her kits, it was quite clear and prevalent, even early on before I decided to really give Sheik a go, is that she's just too difficult for me. I'm just not, obviously I'm not a good player at the game, so trying to pick up a really technical character that has, some pretty, I wouldn't say she has big weaknesses, but, she is fairly light, and she has a lot of trouble killing. Even at the highest levels of play, you see the best Sheik players in the world, struggle at getting kills, when they have rage, when they don't have rage, in certain percents where it's not early enough, and others where it's too early. So, shit kind of gets crazy with Sheik at all levels of play, and is one of the rarest characters to see on For Glory, even though she's such a good character. Actually, Diddy Kong is, I would probably say even rarer on For Glory, historically, but he's obviously, top 2 character as well. And I'll do a little crazy nonsense against this Diddy Kong right here as we get the footstool, and that's a bye-bye Diddy, 42%, lucky percent, get things done. So when I was getting into Sheik, obviously, she's so percent reliant. You have to, I would say, more so than any other character, because her super high combo potential, you have to memorize percents more often than others. Obviously, there's a lot of characters where percent matters. Donkey Kong, when does cargo throw up air work on every character, and when does it stop working? On Mario, when you use this, when you down throw at this percent, what do you want to go for? What's the mix up? With Sheik, it's like, how many forward tilts do you switch to down tilt? Do you go for the re-grab? Do you go for additional fairs? There's kind of a lot going on, and there I get the down air just to stuff any sort of a barrel attempt from that Diddy Kong there. So Sheik has a lot that she can do. Obviously not as much as she used to be able to do, just fair people across the stage. But she still has some awesome combos, especially at very, very low percents. We've all seen the up tilts, perfect pivot, the forward tilts into the perfect pivot, up tilts, continuing strings, going to down tilts, getting grabs, fairing, re-grabbing, and then another forward throw, then another fair, and a bouncing fish, and everything's all fun and dandy there on Smashville, if you're Void. But, for us normies out there, things are a lot more difficult, and she's a character that just demands so much, and the fact that I am not so great at easier characters is just going to, I mean, you guys are seeing the footage before you. It is by no means even decent Sheik play, and she's now, I think, my one of my top 2 most used characters as far as, battles and playing time goes, including, all the different changes and iterations that she has gone through. But when it comes to what she's, we catch the Olimar up being a little early, so we get him with the Vanish. The Vanish, no matter how many times you see it, Vanish is always unsuspectingly strong, and we don't have the 50-50 that we once had, and you can kind of do it with up throw at some percents against some characters in tiny percent windows, you know, if at all. But, you know, Vanish isn't the tool that it once was to catch those air dodges, especially since following DI is a lot harder to do now with the changes to the throws with Sheik. So, you know, you have your back throw into bouncing fish, tried and true stuff. Burst grenade can be relatively useful in a few instances, and we caught the Olimar on the normal getup and get rid of him with the Vanish there once again. So where Sheik's strength lies is her speed and her needles, her auto cancels, her very fast frames of her attacks, which she had in Brawl. She had really good frame data in Brawl, but couldn't kill for the life of her, even more so than here in Smash 4, which may be nowadays a little bit hard to imagine. But she is a zone breaker. Even with the nerfs to the needles not having nearly as much range, they still have very, very good range. They charge quickly. Once they get to the 90, 100%, they'll start getting bounced in the air. You could full clip needles and a bouncing fish right off the ground, and then obviously there's the full clip bounce needles to bouncing fish if you buffer the timing properly. Which, and obviously, since I'm always playing online, lag is always going to be an issue. And I think because of Sheik and the way that she works, she gets hurt by lag more so than any other character. So that just, almost got in there with the burst grenade. But that's fine. We're going to clean things up right here, as the up air will get it done at 156. Maybe not so much if I had rage and EDI'd it properly, but it is Little Max. So like what Sheik can do, like especially with needles, is really break their approach, especially if they love to rush down and get in, like a Captain Falcon or a Little Mac. Characters that are going to approach you from the ground more often than not. And obviously, Little Mac is a very extreme example, since he doesn't really do anything against shields, and this Little Mac refused to grab, so I was free to needle and look for opportunities as I saw fit, while he was just doing for glory Little Mac things and just hitting the smash attacks until to his heart's content and side B'ing. So you can really do a lot with Sheik by taking advantages of all of the little holes that each individual character has. And every character has a little bit of holes. There's a reason why she's still a top character even after all of these nerfs, because what she can get off of grabs, her combo potential, the bouncing fish off stage, given the Smashville platformer or Town and City, or even high up, you can kill off the top. You can start killing with bouncing fish as early as, obviously as early as 0 if you get them far enough away, but really practically as early as like 30 or 40% if you can get the right combos in there against characters that don't have a lot of mixing up that they can do with their recovery, and don't have fantastic hitboxes with their aerials or their specials used to come back. The Nair is great at covering pretty much every single ledge option, but the thing is, the cost and the cost of using Sheik, and when you don't use her optimally, it's such a huge drain on what you're able to do. So like when I play Sheik, winning the neutral is one thing, but then knowing exactly what to do with it and then making the most of it is when you can really start playing Sheik. And I just, I can break through the neutral, I can use the needles properly, walk in and catch that cloud, a little bit of vanish action, walk in and get the up tilts or the down tilts, or, get the grab and the throw, But that's a nice little trick there with the burst grenade. I don't believe that that's true, but because of Cloud's recovery, you can gimp him with burst grenade. With the hit to kind of catch them off guard, and I think he might have been able to make it back there, but in certain cases, the burst grenade will absolutely trounce you there because of just, you know, the broken climb hazard with all, you know, the things that you can't tech, and then you have the vacuum effect of burst grenade. So burst grenade has some uses, most notably against Ness and Lucas's, as the burst grenade will push them, will pull them away from their PK Thunder from connecting, and then they'll just fall to their doom. You know, on super tall characters, you pulse grenade, and if they shield, you get in, and if they're tall enough and you can get the sweet spot of your up smash, that will break the shield if you get the burst grenade to hit, as well as both hits of the up smash. So, you know, not a ton of utility with the burst grenade there, but, you know, it can force some options off stage, and it's kind of nice. Obviously, and as you can see, it clanked right there with the old Aura Sphere. So it has some uses, but is really a very dangerous tool. And oftentimes, I wish Sheik wouldn't even have it, because that's my most common way of dying with Sheik is SDing by side B coming out instead of up B. And while that may happen more often with Greninja because of that glitch, you can still, you know, Hydro Pump out of Shadow Sneak, where you if you burst grenade, you are in free fall for whatever reason. I don't know, they thought the move was just way too strong. So while Sheik is very fun to play, just the risk reward factor for a low level player like myself, combine that with lag and not having all the percents memorized. Obviously I could do that, but I feel like my ceiling for Sheik, you know, if I could, you know, put in the time and hit it, would just still be a little too inconsistent to be something that I would use, you know, even as a secondary. So while she's a fun character and I love her in every single Smash iteration, I don't care if it's, you know, Melee or Brawl or, you know, Smash Flash or anything, you know, Smash 4, she's just fun to play. She's an awesome, very unique character. You know, she's the ninja. She's the combo character. A lot of people were complaining about her because of the way she was, but if you change the way that she is, then she's no longer Sheik. You know, her whole point is to be the combo character, to do a bunch of low damage over and over again. And they've nerfed her a lot in her kill power in at least 4 different ways significantly, but she can definitely get the job done, as we have seen time and time again from those top level players. So a fun character, possibly the most difficult character, and not one that I think I'm going to be maining as my central character for this game. So the quest, once again, continues.